Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me today. This presentation is titled Climate Scenario Analysis and Planetary Boundaries, an Introduction. We'll explore two powerful concepts that help us understand and respond to the challenges of climate change and sustainability. We'll begin by introducing two essential frameworks: climate scenario analysis and planetary boundaries. Both are crucial tools to help us grasp the environmental limits of our planet and make informed, forward-looking decisions. These frameworks matter because they help us identify both risks and opportunities related to climate change. They provide the scientific backbone for sustainable planning and strategic choices across sectors. Climate scenario analysis is essentially a method for exploring different future climate possibilities. It helps us understand how changing climate conditions might impact things like our operations, infrastructure, and broader systems, and what we can do to prepare and adapt. There are two main categories of climate-related issues. First, physical risks and opportunities. These involve direct environmental changes such as heat waves or rising sea levels. Second, transition risks and opportunities. These arise as we shift toward a low-carbon economy, through regulations, innovations, or market changes. To put it plainly, climate scenario analysis is no longer optional, it's essential. Businesses face an uncertain future, and this tool helps them become not just reactive, but proactively resilient. It strengthens strategic planning, reveals hidden opportunities, and prepares organizations to comply with emerging climate regulations like the CSRD and TCFD. But it's also about trust. Investors, customers, and communities now expect companies to take climate seriously. Conducting this analysis is a powerful signal that your organization is looking beyond quarterly results and planning for long-term sustainability. This isn't a one-time exercise, it's a cycle of continuous learning and adaptation. It begins with a materiality assessment to pinpoint climate risks that matter most. Then, organizations select scenarios that test their exposure, from conservative to extreme. Next, it's about digging deep into how those scenarios might disrupt operations. What gets exposed? What's resilient? From there, strategy development steps in, creating responses that build agility and value. And finally, critical but often overlooked, ongoing monitoring ensures the organization stays aligned as the world changes. Let's take a step back and look at the big picture, the planetary scale. Planetary boundaries define the ecological limits that keep Earth stable and habitable. Think of them as the guardrails for our planet. This framework isn't just scientific, it's urgent. Once we cross these thresholds, we don't just face gradual change. We risk irreversible tipping points, loss of biodiversity, unstable climate systems, collapsing ecosystems. This framework reminds us that business as usual is pushing past safe limits, and transformative action is our only path forward. As of 2023, we've already transgressed 6 out of 9 planetary boundaries. Let that sink in. Climate change, biodiversity loss, land system change, and disruptions to freshwater and nutrient cycles, they're not hypothetical concerns anymore. They're already happening. What does that mean? It means we are living in a world increasingly shaped by ecological instability. But it also means we have a window of opportunity, a chance to shift direction, to restore balance by operating within Earth's limits. This isn't about fear, it's about responsibility, urgency, and leadership. To wrap up, climate scenario analysis helps us plan for unpredictable futures. Planetary boundaries remind us of the limits we must respect. The two frameworks together guide more sustainable, scientifically grounded decision-making. So what can we do? Incorporate climate analysis into planning. Respect planetary boundaries when setting goals. Advocate for climate-aware policies. And most of all, stay informed and engaged. Thanks for watching. Keep learning, keep caring the Earth.